Alright, folks, we are so back. We are so back. Benny is back. Let's go. Return to form. Okay, no, but for real, I wanted to make a video about my love for Pokemon, my affinity for Pokemon, and my appreciation for Nintendo and how they've been handling all the emulation processes, as it were. Obviously, I'm kidding and sarcastic, and I'm also a bit of an asshole, so we're actually going to be doing a bit of a pirating scheme today. And I'm going to be showing you how to get any kind of shinies on your shit. I'm going to be showing you how to get all the legendaries on your shit, all the different trades, all the different regional whatevers. Nobody's done this yet. Or if they have, I haven't seen a good concise video about it, so come on, let's go into this. Alright, hang on. Alright, let's get into the main thing here, and I'm gonna actually hang on. Before that, let me switch back over to the camera here. Let me switch back over because I'm gonna try and showcase what you guys actually need for this shit to work. Okay, you kind of need a little bit for this shit to work. But I imagine that if you're playing Pokemon, or if you're an avid collector of this shit at all, you're willing to spend a little bit of money. Okay, so with that in mind, we are going to start off with the essentials of what you need. So you're gonna need 2 Game Boys. All right. Don't matter if it's one like this. Don't matter if it's one like this. All that matters is if it can trade. That's really it. It just needs this link cable. All of them should have it. It's kind of the point of them games anyways. So, you need those 2, and you need them to be able to turn on and work. That's another thing. So, you only need to plug them in if possible. Next thing you're going to need, obviously, is this link cable. Now, don't matter if it's third party. Don't matter if it's from Radio Shack or wherever the hell you get your shit. If it's a third party, if it's got these 2 connections, that's really all it needs as far as I'm aware, because this is a third party and it's been working for 3 years. So hopefully I'm just not going to eat shit by saying that at the end of this video when we record the actual trade. But yeah, it's been working so far. It's been pretty much my main line. You're probably honestly going to need, hang on here, you're going to need 2 different Pokemon games. I have tried to make this with just regular games, like, you know, Super Mario Kart or some shit. The problem with that is that these games, Pokemon, have like a way higher memory in them than these games. I'm talking like 64 kilobytes. I'm talking for this one, maybe under a kilobyte, right? We're talking megabytes for this type of data. For this one, 128 kilobytes, right? So it's a big chunky game with a big bunch of fucking bullshit. So unfortunately, you have to use Pokemon cartridges to trade with one another. However, with that being said, I know how to get all the damn regionals. So we're going to go ahead and just switch over to the computer here. I'm going to show you the software that you need to download first, and then we're going to go into the whole process of the thing. So let's go ahead, switch over. Here we are. So what you're looking at right here is called Epilogue Playback, right? Oh my god, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? OBS is messing with me, but no. So this is Playback, and it's from Epilogue. If you buy the GB operator, they're going to tell you to download that in the first place anyways to even play your games, because that's the only way to play it with the GB operator. Oh, by the way, that's another thing you're going to need is this thing, the GB operator. Now, there's tons of videos on this thing already. You can look up what it is or what to do with it, but basically, this is how you're going to flash your saves, and this is how you're going to flash the new save that I'm going to show you where to get from onto one of your Pokemon games, and that's how we're going to do our trades. So, let me get into it, and let me show you exactly what we start off with. We're going to start off with PKHeX. Now, this is a pretty well-known program if you're into emulation at all. So, what you do is just download this file right here. I'll give you the link in the description. Click it, download it. It's going to be a zip file. Extract it, put it into your desktop or whatever. All you need to do is just make sure it can open. So I'm going to type in PKHeX in my shit, and while that's loading up, I am going to insert Pokemon here into my cartridge. What you need to do with Playback, while you have Playback open and ready to go, is you are going to pop in your main save, your save that you don't want shit to happen to. You want Pokemon onto this game cartridge. You're going to plug that in, and you're going to go to Passive Lock Town, whichever town that's got a Poke Center. You're going to go up to the trade area, and then you're going to hit save. That's really all we're going to do right now. So I'm going to show you. And right now I'm just demonstrating what you could do with the Playback and how easy it works. Because literally all you got to do is pop that shit in, and bada bing, bada boom. I don't know why this is going on like that. Why is that working like that? I want to know. But no, we can go ahead and just hit start for putting this in. Now, if you have any sort of like Bluetooth controller or anything like that, it's all you have to do is make sure it's in your settings here. Go to control settings and then just make sure it's selected to whichever thing. Hit save, and then we are rocking and rolling, and we're ready to play Pokemon on the fucking computer. And it plays pretty much as well as any of the other Flash emulators. So here we are already in the Poke Center, ready to trade, ready to get going. I'm going to hit save again just one more time, just so you guys know exactly what to do. We're going to hit save, yada yada. It's going to say yes, yada yada. And now we can hit escape. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we can hit escape, get out of the game. And now that we're out of the game, we can go over to data, and what we're going to do is start making files for the backup saves. So you don't necessarily need to back up the game itself. I would, just in case, but all you really need to do is back up the save, and then you should be able to flash it back on. The GB operator will detect what it is off the get-go and just be like, all right, we know this is Pokemon Sapphire. Good deal. It'll get a little confused with the different Pokemon games, though, so that's why I'm saying you should back up the game right here, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go ahead and back up the game. I already got a save going right here, but that's from a while ago, and then this one's from today right here, so we know that it's good. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the backup of the save as well, and let's go ahead and make sure it's the version 1 that we want. I tried to do this just a little bit ago. Oh my goodness. Right, so we want copy 2. Perfect. Alright, and it usually should do it that pretty quickly, but it might take a little bit longer than that, especially when you upload it too. But yeah, so that's all we're doing for that version, right? So now we can unplug it. We don't need to use that Pokemon game anymore, and we're going to go move this save file into PKHeX. So now that we have PKHeX ready to go, which I literally just did, but apparently it said nah. Oh, got you. Oops. I have 2 iterations of it going. Hang on there, folks. Hang on there. So make sure you have the right fucking iteration going. Now all we're going to do is file, open, and we're going to find, and I just made the file for the save in my desktop just so it's easier to navigate to. But all we're going to do is go ahead and go to the one that we just made, which should be this one right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. All right, and here we go. As you can see, I've got a ton of shiny and stuff already in this specific file. We don't really need to worry about any of that right now. I'll show you how to do that. If you want shinies, all you got to do for your Pokemon, if you want to add them in, just add whichever Pokemon that you want to add in, and then for the Met, all you're going to do is change the settings to Safari Zone. So, a little fucking convoluted. I don't know why they made it like this, but hey, that's better than having to actually do the damn thing, am I right? Doing the 5 million resets? I don't think so. I really don't think so. If you want to do that, there you go. And unfortunately, with all of that, you can add pretty much every shiny from Gen 1 up to Gen 3 in here, but you're not going to be able to make the legendary shiny, and you're not going to be able to get the legendaries in general. At least as far as I'm aware. I don't know how to tinker with it to make it work, but if you want the actual legendaries or the shinies for that part, then you're going to want to follow this next step here, because that's where the money's at. Hold up. But yeah, so once you're ready, add as many Pokemon as you want to trade. That's your main thing for this. This is why you even opened up PKHeX. You're opening this up so that you can add as many Wurmples, whatever. You're literally just adding Pokemon to trade over. So I'm just going to go ahead and add just all these little shiny Grimers just for funsies. Just so you guys know that when it does actually open up. Awesome. Okay, so the way that we'll check this here, and I'm just going to add in 10 just to make sure, or 12 or whatever, because I can't count. So we're going to go to File, Export Save. And then we're just going to save it right there. Replace the file name. It's going to say, hey, this already exists. You want to replace it? You're going to say yes. Okay. And then we should be good to place that onto, if we plug in our game cartridge again, we can back up a save, or upload a save actually. We can hit start. And then we're going to upload this one, which we know is the right save file. And if we did this correctly, if we hit play and start to go into our computer here. Okay, so now if we go into, and this is really if you know whether we did it right or not. And there we go. Alright, so now we got all these little shiny grimers here in box 7. These are the ones that we just added from PKHeX. So that's how we know that this worked. And we have some Pokemon ready to trade over with our other Pokemon. So, now we're ready to move on to the next step. Perfect. Okay, now this next part is going to be a little risky. This next part, you are going to be moving the save that you have on this second cartridge onto just a good old desktop file. Alright, you're just saving the game onto the file. And then what you're doing after that is you are going to be replacing this save with one that is pretty much a community forum save that has like pretty much 5 times the legendaries, shinies, whatever over from every region, from every event, and from every little bullshit trade stop that they had back in like 2004 to 2006. So I would say it's not worth it, but it's worth it for sure. So what we're going to do here is, again, we're going to do exactly what we did with our Sapphire version, is we're going to back up the game, and we're going to make sure that this is in the right version. So this is Fire Red. I'm going to actually just go ahead and make a Fire Red folder for funsies. Awesome. Open. Save. Perfect. And now it's backing up the game, and then we can do that with the save. So as you can see, it takes a little while actually for the game to back up itself. That's because there's so much actual data that it's using. It's a lot bigger than most of the other Game Boy games. But then again, most of the time when you're playing these types of shits, it's usually for this or, you know, Metroid or something. I actually wouldn't know why you're owning a GB operator other than for your own nostalgic purposes. But for my purpose, I wanted to get as many Pokemon into my Pokédex as possible, because in Leaf Green and Fire Red, I happened to get the original 151 Pokemon, aside from like Mew or whoever, because I couldn't get to the damn fucking Fire Island. So this is how I got my Mew. Okay, beautiful. And now we're going to go ahead and back up the save as well. And we're going to go ahead and do it in the same damn file that we just made for Fire Red. And bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so now that we're ready, now that we've got our shit backed up, we're ready to move on and upload the save from the community forum onto this Fire Red cartridge, this new cartridge. It's not the first cartridge that you want your Pokemon on. Remember this, right? This is why we have 2 of them. This is why we have 2 Game Boys. This is why we're trying to trade. Okay, so from here, where we go is we're going to go to this link that's in the description, okay? This is going to be all of the legit event Pokemon ever found, ever traded so far. This has been updated from 2006 on to 2016. So there is a shit ton of fucking Pokemon in this. But yeah, all you gotta do is scroll all the way down, and you're going to Pokemon Gen 3 Event Compilation Download 15.04.20. Alright, that's all you gotta do. Click on it, and then it should go ahead and give you the zip file ready to download. So we're gonna go ahead, open this, and bada bing, guys. This is literally the files that you need. So here's what you do. We are going to go to the GBA saves and game miscs, and we're going to go ahead and just take this, extract it into whichever that Game Boy save file was that I talked to. Alright, so we're going to extract it. We'll just extract it into the downloads, and then bada bing, boys. Now we can move it into GBA saves and game miscs. I already have this file, so there's no need for me to do that, right? Awesome. So it's ready to go. We can click that right here. It's good to go. And now we can upload a save using playback, right? Hit start, and it's going to ask you which one to do. So we're going to go back, go to Fire Red, and we're going to go to this one. And we're going to click open. And now, once it starts loading up, okay, you can see when we start the game up here, it's going to be a completely different save. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're starting the game up, and already you can see there's a bit of an issue, don't you see? There is a lot of stats going on that are kind of already hard to do naturally. So here's what we're going to show you, and this is essentially the save file, guys. So if we look in the computer box here, we can go to Bill's PC, and if we move all the Pokemon here, we can see Good God above. There they are. There they are. And it's Mew. Look at them. Thank God. You can actually trade these guys. You can trade them. They're all legit. They're all there. There's Celebi. Awesome. Perfect. Or Celebi. I don't know. I don't know if I can pronounce these things. But yeah, that's literally pretty much every Pokemon that you'd ever need. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, you can find, you can find Deoxys and stuff, and Jirachi. So, pretty legendary Pokemon, pretty cool, pretty rare, and I'm just so ecstatic for the fact that these are all here because, you don't usually get these guys, and, you can, that's what I'm saying. All you really need is as many Pokemon as you want to trade from PKHeX on that first file. So if you want all of these guys, go ahead and add them. Just add as many Wurmples as you like. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Rayquaza. Yeah. Oh, shiny Rayquaza. See, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move him. Hang on, can we just withdraw him? Yeah. Sick. Awesome. Latios. Perfect. Yeah, so we got some crazy legendaries here. We got some shinies. We got some not. I'm actually so excited. So this is something that you can do, and I'll show you in a minute how we're going to trade these guys over. But yeah, so all you need to do is after you got the Pokemon that you want is you hit save on it. Or actually, I would rather, if you want to save yourself the most time, get up to the trading post here and then hit save, right? And then bada bing, bada boom. And then you're pretty much good to go to start putting these into trading mode on your Game Boys. That's kind of the beauty of these with using the Game Boy operator is that you could just cleanly slate them on there and you can play these games as if it was already on the Game Boy. So it's literally just copying the GBA file and presenting it to you through an emulator program. So it's not like it's actually playing the game. You're literally just playing a streamed version of it, which is awesome. All that being said, let's get right into the camera mode, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to trade these guys over, and you'll see it happen right before your eyes. Okay, all my camera batteries are dying real quick, so I guess hang on 1 second while I show you guys how to do this. Here it is. Hang on, let me get it to focus here. Yeah, okay, there it is. Alright. So, if we go and move the Pokemon here, I'm going to show you. Here's the shiny Grimers. They're all here. This is the same cartridge that I showed you from the GB operator. So, now we're going to go to this other guy here, and I'll show you. There it is. That's the other cartridge. That's the Fire Red cartridge with the trade saves on them. So that's awesome. And now we're just going to go ahead and trade them over. So this is going to be kind of difficult to do with just one person, but that's okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So, making sure that we're actually in the right spot for the trade, we're going to save here. Okay. Hit the right link up on the right guy. This is kind of hard to do with just one person. It really is. But we're going to go in and try and trade. Beautiful. Okay. Now it's working. Lovely. That's why the third-party trade cable is where it's at here. So bada bing, you guys. Let's go ahead and try and trade that Rayquaza over. Trade. And trade. That's an okay trade for me. And here we go. We can see it working. That's the shiny Rayquaza. That's the Jolteon. That's from PKHeX. And bada bing. Look at them go. Goodbye. Now ideally with this one you'd have Wurmples or something that you would like to throw away. You'd have Pokemon that you'd like to throw away on this one so that you can get... You don't have to really sacrifice anybody on this save cartridge, and this guy can just be throwaway Wurmples or Weedles or whatever. So, but yeah, that is the main gist for how you trade these Pokemon over. So, let's head over back to the PC and finish up this video here. Okay, and we're back on the PC. So now if we want to revert the save back to our old save, that wasn't, the ones with all the Jirachis and whatnot, all we got to do is hit data, go up to upload save, start. Then we're going to the one that we found, open, and then should be good to go. Should be good to run just like that. So now we're, hopefully when we run it, it'll just be the same old version that we had before we even started the thing up. And let me see if I got it here just to, yeah, right there. Awesome, there we go. So, that's the gist, you guys. That's the main gambit for how to get cool Pokemon onto your older saves. If you want to repeat the process, all you need is you know, you just need to do it on the other cartridge now. So if you have multiple saves you want to do it on, it's pretty easy to do with just two. I've been able to do it, but yeah, that's that is the main gambit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.